What if you were immune to the Disney magic and kind of allergic to all this princess business and not really keen in seeing Mickey Mouse in any form and shape for a couple of weeks? In other words, if you're not really interested in Disney, is it still worth visiting Disney Orlando? What is the survival handbook and what should you focus on? We're gonna find it out in this video. Is it worth a visit? Well, clearly yes. You have to keep in mind that this one is the park that originated theme parks. It's where everything started. Without Disney World, there would be no theme park. It's the concept, it's the history, it's the tradition. Actually, 4 parks now, Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Animal Kingdom, and the studios. Keeping in mind that the target is families, it's kids, so they are not massively intense attractions, and everything revolves around the Disney magic, which means meet and greet, musical, photo opportunities, sing along, and all that. So everything revolves around the Disney characters rather than the attractions themselves, which are functional but not the focal point. In this video, I'm gonna tell you which are, in my opinion, the main attraction of each of the 4 parks. Also, I'm gonna tell you which show you should see in each of the parks, and also the flops, the things that I think Disney could do much better. Let's start with Magic Kingdom, which is the one with the castle. So you know which one it is. In the old part of the park, there are Big Thunder, which is this family mine train, really fun, definitely worth a ride. And another must is Pirates of the Caribbean, which is the dark ride, which kind of inspired any other dark ride in the world. In a way or in another, has been copied, and is definitely still an amazing dark ride. And then the Haunted Mansion, which is this dark ride, again, has been really like a milestone for Disney parks, and is still amazing. Then I'm not saying that you should do them, but there are lots of other attractions like It's a Small World or Peter Pan, which are kind of historical and super traditional. So in case for the historical value, you could try them. And then other areas like Tomorrowland, they are really dated now. So they show how the future was meant to look from the eyes of someone like 100 years ago. Now they look a bit funny and a comic, to be honest. And then, of course, in Magic Kingdom, you got Tron, which is part of a new addition, the new attraction that Disney is dropping in all their parks, which are kind of alien to the concept, but they are massive investments, and you're gonna see that there is one in each of the parks, and it's not a coincidence. In this case, Tron finally opened. It's a clone of the one in Shanghai. I found it really nice, not super intense, probably most enjoyable off-ride, especially at night when they do the light show on the canopy outside. But still a perfect, intense coaster for Disney. For this one, you can find a full video, including the POV, in the playlist. In terms of shows, my suggestion is Happily Ever After, which is this grand light, music, fireworks, mapping, projection show at 9 p.m. In Magic Kingdom, there is also the parade, but if you have to pick up one of the two, just go for this one. It's amazing. By the way, you can find the full POV in the playlist. And then there is Epcot, which is the other park, the one with a globe, with a ball. So this one, it's a kind of a weird park because it's divided in 2 parts. The one at the entrance where the globe is, it's kind of showing a community, futuristic community and showing a kind of sustainable future and how the future is gonna look like. And there are some dated attractions around the theme. And then there is the rest around the lake, which is a kind of expo. So there are all the different nations, continents that you can visit, traveling around the world to a certain extent. And then in Epcot as well, the best attraction is again the Alien, so the one that doesn't really belong to any of the theming or of the concept of this park, and has to be Guardians of the Galaxy. This one, again, a massive investment. It's just amazing when you go to the facade of the building, and then inside it's a launched indoor coaster with onboard soundtrack, 6 different tracks, launched backward. It's just pure joy. This one, in my opinion, is the best attraction in Disney World. Is the best coaster, of course, in Disney World. Apologies, sorry, Tron. And it's just an amazing ride. Unfortunately, you can ride it only on virtual queue, but we're gonna discuss this topic later in the flops. And then, still in Epcot, I would recommend the Test Track, which is this vehicle track where you go apart indoor and then you go outdoor. I think it's 65 miles per hour. Really, really nice. And then in the rest of the area, the one that was meant to be a kind of World Expo, they started dropping more Disney themed attractions. So the main two are, one is Frozen and the other one is Ratatouille. Between the two, I would suggest Ratatouille just because it's a trackless dark ride, really top level. I really enjoyed it. I think there is an identical one in Paris, but really the one that you should do. Then there is Animal Kingdom, that again, back in the days was meant to be animals. There is still a safari, and there are kind of animal-related attractions or activities. Again, the nice one to do is Pandora, so all the attractions in the world linked to Avatar, which again is not really like fitting in the theme of the main park. But the Avatar themed area, it's breathtaking, and there are 2 attractions which are completely bonkers. The flying theater is just to die for, and also the water ride is amazing. But what is incredible of Pandora is like the whole area, how big it is, how themed it is, how detailed. It's just an amazing investment. Still in Animal Kingdom, Expedition Everest. This mine train, super famous, super fun. Of course, go and say hi to Disco Yeti. If you know it, you know it. And then still another one that I want to flag is Dinosaurs, which is again a dark ride around dinosaurs, of course, but it's really fun. It's kind of intense. It's underrated. No one is ever mentioning it, and for me, it was a pleasant surprise. In Animal Kingdom, the show that I recommend is the one of the Lion King. It's a kind of mix in between Cirque du Soleil and a musical. Really nice. I really enjoy that one, so just go for it. And then there are the studios, which haven't got a tree, haven't got a castle, haven't got a globe, they haven't got anything distinctive, but they are actually a really nice park. And here again, the amazing thing is the one that has been recently added and probably doesn't really fit 100% with the theme of the park itself, which is the Star Wars themed area. Now, this one is breathtaking again. The level of detail, the level of investment, what you're gonna see and experience there, I don't think there is a way to describe it. It's so immersive, it's so well done. There are so many things, activities to do, restaurants, bars, attractions, and you really feel part of this. And then, of course, there is one of the two attractions is Rise of the Resistance, which is just the queue line and the pre-shows are breathtaking. When you walk into this room, it's like, what else can you expect? It's just out of this world. But then the ride itself is a trackless dark ride, massive, grand, amazing. I'm gonna publish the full POV of this one, but seriously, this is probably the best dark ride in the world as of today. And then let's not forget there is a real size Millennium Falcon replica in the land. Just saying. Still in the studios, worth mentioning the Tower of Terror, which is this typical Disney implementation of this attraction. All the cast members are in character and it's really, really fun to ride. So this one for me is a must. And then still in the studios, another ride, the dark ride, but I wasn't really aware of, so I didn't have any expectation, which is the Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway. Again, a trackless dark ride, but the level of storytelling, of projections, of sounds, of effects is superb. At some point, the cars start dancing in sync. Just to say, that was really a surprise. I loved it. Really, really nice. In terms of shows, my suggestion is Fantasmic, which is a recently reintroduced show. Again, water, fire, music, fireworks, projections, and all that. Really, really a nice show done on this kind of artificial lake in the studios. Really, really nice. The arena is massive. I think it can hold like 6,000 people and usually gets sold out. Then in terms of the other attraction, well, there are lots of things on offer, but the reason why I'm not mentioning them is that I think some of them are really like related to the characters themselves, or they are kind of old attractions. They look a bit outdated, like anything in Tomorrowland and Epcot, for example. So for me, those are the attractions which are really, really enjoyable, even if you're not too much into the Disney magic. So I think at least once in a lifetime you should visit Disney World, just because the scale, the level of theming, the level of details, the size of the parks themselves and the size of the attractions, it's just on a different level compared to what we got in Europe. And I think the only way to understand it fully is just to experience it. Also, it's got a kind of historical interest as well, because keep in mind that every single park in Europe kind of copied or got inspired, let's say, from the Disney World at some point. So it's also fun to try to see the similarities in between the original attractions and how they've been then copied and re-implemented in Europe. In terms of flops or what I didn't really like, well, as said, some of the attractions are outdated, especially Tomorrowland and Epcot in general. So you can do them for historical reasons, but they are not really like at speed compared to the more recent offerings in other theme parks. Then the branded merchandise is just everywhere. It looks like it's it's a core business of the park. Here you can see, like in the main street, this is the store of branded merchandise. It's just as big as a shopping mall. Then the other thing for me was like sustainability. Now they try to educate guests in terms of being sustainable, especially in Epcot and all that, but they are still stuck with fossil fuels, single-use plastic all over the place. I'm not even sure they're doing recycling properly, and so that is really annoying. I'm gonna do actually a separate video just to deep dive into that, because I was kind of shocked, probably because I come with European eyes. And then another thing that I found it really frustrating and far too complicated is all the ticketing and booking system. So first thing, you need to buy the tickets, but then you need to book the visit on a specific day. So even if you got a package like, I don't know, 1 week, all the parks, you still need to book every single day in the park. Then you can move from one park to the other park hopper, but you can move just at 2 p.m. But then you got rides like the Guardians of the Galaxy and Tron, which are currently accessible only through virtual queue. And to get the virtual queue, even you have to book it at 7 a.m. in the morning, or they release the second batch of tickets at 1 a.m. But to book that ticket, you need to be in the park. But if you are in another park, you can move to that park just at 2 p.m. But they release the tickets at 1 p.m. So it's all complicated, basically. And I think the level of planning required and all this booking that you need to do for the theme park, for the virtual line, leave alone all the restaurants that you need to book them like months in advance and all that. I think it's a bit far too complicated. And we're not helping it with this virtual queue and this park hopper at 2 p.m. They are putting too many limits to how you can use the tickets and enjoy the parks. And considering you are on holiday, I think things should be just easier. Say that, it's an amazing experience. Just do it once in a lifetime. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I would be so grateful if you could subscribe to the channel, and feel free to check the playlist, plenty of videos in there.